T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Patrick Mahomes on the first start at Lambeau Field. The fans are loud. It's going to be a lot like Arrowhead to others. I'm so excited to play football. You got to love Lambeau Field. I'm excited to get this opportunity to play there. The Green Bay Packers, they're remaining left of the schedule. The Kansas City Chiefs, the Giants, the Buccaneers, the Panthers, Vikings, and Bears. And tomorrow, folks, I'm a Packers fan. I believe we can get it done at Lambeau Field. We're going to go out there with 60,000 fans on our feet, and we're going to go in there, and there's going to be some love in Green Bay. And I believe our defense will hold the Kansas City Chiefs because the Chiefs, the last 3 weeks, haven't been playing the best football. We're going to under pressure Patrick Mahomes, and the Packers are going to get it done. I believe in love. 2 years ago, I said there's no love for love in Green Bay. I might change my mind now for tomorrow night, 8:20 on NBC, on Fox. Troy Aikman, Joe Buck, Packers get it done. Jim Barker, what is your pick? Packers or Chiefs?
There is not a chance in hell I'm going to be sold on Jordan Love after one game in Detroit. I'm going to go and pick Jordan Love over Patrick Mahomes. Come on, man. I don't care what kind of fans you have. You got Patrick Mahomes, who is the best quarterback. You got Jordan Love, who finally played the way he's supposed to play. But you can't tell me that he's the answer either right now. There's so many question marks with Love. So Jordan Love. Anyway, but I see the Chiefs. I don't see them going home after lose another game. Their receiving core has been an issue for them. They've got to get that squared away. But their defense has been playing.
Welcome to Joe Sports Channel. Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls of all ages, it is December 9th, 2023, 10:33 p.m. Eastern Time, and I hope all the beautiful, sexy Pinata Boonie believers all out there, all the Canadians, Americans, and Middle Eastern are having a fantastic morning, evening, and night. Folks, the title for tonight is There's Love for Love in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And we have another phenomenal guest that brings love to the panel, to the show. His name is Paris Love. Ladies and gentlemen, Paris Love, months ago, went in to her operation. He came out stronger than ever before, and I told him, you're going to come back on this show, and your Miami Dolphins are going to do phenomenal. They're going to do well, and you're going to be ready for this show. Further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from Miami, Florida, Mr. Paris Love. Good evening, my beloved friend in America. How you doing?
Oh, good evening, Joe. It's a pleasure. Grateful being here, back on the show after a few months of going through. Thank you for allowing me to come back to the show. I really appreciate you.
Listen, thank you for taking time out of your damn schedule to come on Joe Booney's show and listen to me rant. I want to get into business, and I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers first, and then we'll talk about your Miami Dolphins. Folks, the beginning of the year, I did not have any hope for the Green Bay Packers. 2 years ago, I said there's no love for love in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Jim Barker, the former coach for the CFL Toronto Argonauts, says, not a chance in hell I'm picking Jordan Love against Patrick Mahomes.
What he
You
said.
got it wrong, Jim Barker. You barked it up on last week's show. A lot of your predictions were right, but one prediction wasn't right when the Packers dismantled Patrick Mahomes and the unbelievable offense that you said the offense was good and their defense was good.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs haven't been the same since last year. They did not play like defending champions. They more kind of played like mediocre football. And you said, not a chance in hell. Jordan Love went into Lambeau Field, played like an A-Rod. Can't believe Joe Booney's saying that. But realistically wise, this team is so dangerous that we are right now in a playoff spot. We are the 7th seed. And for a guy like you to come on the show and bark all you did and said the Kansas City Chiefs are going to beat the Packers, there's no chance in how the Packers are going to win. My friend, I had to bring that tape up, and I will be screen recording this and sending it to you on iMessage. The Packers got it done. They're 6-6. They're facing the New York Giants Monday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. I got a total win for this team. This team is so dangerous. I would be scared for any other team in the National Football League to face them in a wild card game or even in a divisional round. I believe the Packers, if they go into, let's say, Detroit, they will beat Detroit easily. This team is seriously for real. What are your thoughts on Jim Barker, Paris Love? There's not a chance in hell. Love to beat Patrick Mahomes. Take the floor.
Jim Barker right now, I'm eating his words. He's going to be watching this tape, this video, this show. He'll eat his words because he said that there's nowhere in hell that the Green Bay Packers is going to even get there with Patrick Mahomes. But right now, Love is. I'm surprised at Love. I thought Love was going to step up next year. What it is that Love just figured the game out. Now Love is playing ball. Now all Green Bay Packers got to do is just keep that steady pace, keep on winning, and they'll be scary at the wild card division. They're gonna be scary because when I saw the game just recently, Love was just airing it out, and I was like, is this the same quarterback what Homeboy was talking about that got nothing? I mean about Holmes and talk about Patrick Holmes, but Love is. Like you say, Love is sitting in love in what Green Bay. And Green Bay right now, excited. He's just got to continue doing what he do.
You know, before we started the show, I was talking to you off air backstage, and I said I saw fire in that kid, Jordan Love, against the New Orleans Saints. I saw that guy have that spark with that ball. When he ran it in 4th and goal, less than 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter, that unbelievable comeback down 13-3, coming back, scoring 10 unanswered points. And people want to disrespect Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Well, you know what? You're going to taste your medicine like Jim Barker did last week on the show, and I had to bring that up. I am so proud to be a Packers fan right now. The Packers remaining left of the schedule is the Giants. And it's funny, Long Brain TV says Packers are playing the Giants in New York. I hope the Giants kick their butts. Let's finish that for a sec. You play the Giants. We play the Giants. We play the Buccaneers. We play the Panthers, Vikings, and Bears. These are winnable games for the Green Bay Packers.
Winnable games.
We can beat the defending champions and beat a 9-3 Detroit Lions, we can easily go 11-6. I believe in Green Bay. Packers get it done Monday, at least win by 10 plus. I got this game. Green Bay's winning. Who you got, Giants or Packers, Paris Love? Take the floor.
Right now, Green Bay is going to win that game. And let me just back it up a little bit. The reason why I think that Jordan Love is doing what Jordan Love do when the Miami Dolphins played Green Bay. After that game that the Miami Dolphins won, Tua spoke with Love in his ear and told him these words: continue going, continue scribing. You're going to do it. And I thought this was going to be next year. But if I got my gambles, my bet, I got my bets on Green Bay beating Giants. I would say if I got a prediction, I'm looking at 28-14 Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I would say something like that, but I'm going to go more of 28-17 the final. I think New York, they got that young quarterback, that young Italian quarterback that likes to come in. They're a mediocre football team. They're not great, but they're in the middle. They've won 3 games in a row. They're playing good football. But if they think they're going to go into MetLife Stadium and beat the Green Bay Packers, and the Packers are away after coming off the amazing win at Lambeau Field, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Yeah,
what is it?
You're right.
Joe was just talking smack. I'm joking. Well, you know what? I'm not sure if you're joking because you're a typical Giants fan, and typical Giant fans don't have a brain cell. Just got to say that, my friend. Anyways, let's move on to the second business of the show. The Miami Dolphins are in the AFC, and you should be so proud on your team, the Miami Dolphins. And I say Miami in a proud way. They are 9-3. What do the Miami Dolphins have to do to keep command in the AFC East?
But before I say that, what does Miami got to do to keep command in the AFC East? I just want to send out a special shout out to the new fan of the year, my boy Chris Barker. You deserve it. Yo, I want every Dolphin fan to vote for Chris Barker. Get him to he gonna be to the Super Bowl, but vote for Chris Barker. That's my boy. And Carol Barker, I love y'all guys. But now on to the business. What Miami got to do is what? Win. We got to continue playing the way we the Miami Dolphins playing right now, meaning Miami Dolphins football. Just like Mike McDaniel, he's doing what Don Shula did back in the years when he said that we're going to take it one game at a time. And this is how we're going to take over the AFC East. It's all about one game at a time, Joe.
Listen, your schedule, you got, again, winnable games. You have the Tennessee Titans Monday, December 11th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time in Miami. You got the New York struggling Jets Sunday, December 17th. You got the Cowboys against the Dolphins December 24th at 4:25 p.m. Eastern time. You have the Ravens against the Dolphins, and you got the Bills versus the Dolphins, January 7th. These are winnable games, but I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you, the teams that you're going to have a hard time with, and it's not going to be the Jets, it's not going to be the Titans, it's going to be more like the Cowboys and Bills. Cowboys are playing good football right now. I believe Dak Prescott is playing the best football that he could ever play in a Cowboys uniform. The Ravens are a good football team, but I believe the Ravens are one win and they're out. You go in the playoffs, they win maybe one game if they're lucky, win one, and they'll be out in the divisional round, if they can even get to the divisional round, because Lamar Jackson always has a hard time in that divisional or even that wild card. So Miami will make it, but will Miami stay the AFC East, the top? Will they be the number 1 seed? Will they be the number 2 seed or number 3 seed? So these games are crucial, and Tua has to play the best football in his life. Beat Tennessee, beat New York. Dallas is tough. You beat Baltimore and you beat Buffalo, but Dallas is a tough team to play, and I hope you go to that game in Miami.
Oh yeah, I'm there. 24th, December 24th. I would definitely be there. But Joe, that's going to be a tough game. But here's the thing that, like you said, is the Miami Dolphins going to take that number 1 seed? Is it possible? Yeah, it's very possible for the Miami Dolphins to do it. And yes, Tennessee, we got the Jets, but one thing for sure, you can't underestimate these teams that's losing because their jobs is to come in to destroy good teams' dreams. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, we can beat the Jets, we can beat Tennessee, and you know what? I was on the show the other day, and I was explaining to them. I won't be surprised. This might sound crazy. I won't be surprised that Miami Dolphins win it all. I mean, not win it all, but win these last games. Let me tell you why. Our defense is number two. Fields, he's hurt, but we got people stepping in, doing what they do. Our defense, if you look it up, our defense is number two in the league. Now, I know you said Prescott and all that, but if you got a good defense, just like the Miami Dolphins, and when they pressure Prescott from the Dallas Cowboys, you know what happened when he started panicking. Scott started doing what interceptions. So Miami got a good defense. I think that, like I said, they taking it one game at a time. My thing is that I'm looking at the games that I'm keeping a close track on Buffalo to see if that Buffalo is going to win, Buffalo lose. I'm keeping the track on Kansas City. I'm not even worried about the Jaguars. I know they lost their quarterback, so it's possible if Miami Dolphins defense and Tua can remove those little stupid little interceptions and play that game and keep Tyree in it, and not just Tyree Hill. I know he's going for 2,000 yards, but if the Dolphins can put Wallow in each, because we got weapons. We got weapons on the offense, and Tua is playing unbelievable ball. So I won't be surprised that Miami get the next 4 games, and that's including Baltimore Ravens. That's including, I'm not even worried about the Buffalo Bills right now. That's including the Ravens, and that's including the Dallas Cowboys, because that's going to be a big game on December 24th.
Wow. What a statement. So you're saying the Miami Dolphins are going to go 14-3, finish the record of 14-3. They're not going to lose any more games this season. That's a huge statement for Miami Dolphins.
That's a big statement.
That's a diehard. That's a diehard.
Hey, look. Whoever thought that Love from Green Bay was going to step up the way he stepped up. Nobody never thought that. They said Patrick Mahomes, he went and did what he did. So you never know. When you got a good defense like what the Miami Dolphins, you got to remember things that of a Lewis from the Baltimore Ravens years ago. That defense won that Super Bowl because they was playing, they bust off. So my thing is that defense wins game. Not only Miami Dolphins got a strong defense, they have a good offense too. So I'm speaking up that I won't be surprised Miami win the next 4.
Wow. And Kenny Longbrain TV, know you. I was joking around, buddy. You should know me from now on. If you don't know me from now on, buddy, then I think you might as well go to some other sports show. You should know who Joe Booney is. That's a huge statement. You think the Miami Dolphins are going to beat the Titans, Jets, easily Cowboys, Dolphins, Ravens, Bills. And I got to say this. I think the 2 teams that will give them the most difficult time are the Cowboys and Buffalo Bills. Got to say, the Buffalo Bills, I believe, tomorrow afternoon at 4:25 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Yeah. I think they can beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are not the same. And as Jim Barker said, the offense is amazing. The defense is playing well. Jim Barker, get your facts straight, my man. Get your facts straight. This is the number one sports show. Get it straight. Buffalo's good, but I think Miami is so good that these boys can go to the Super Bowl. This is how good Miami is. They really is. They are a dangerous football team, especially Tua coming out that injury, recovering, coming back. Yeah. That's unbelievable. That really
but you know what, Joe? It was once said that if Tua can only stay, remember the words, if Tua can only stay healthy, Dolphins can take it all away. You remember that? And go back to Buffalo
I've heard,
Bills.
I've heard different summaries about that. I heard different
Yeah.
summaries. I heard different people say something like the Miami Dolphins,
Yeah.
especially your Facebook group.
Yeah. But you know what? If you go
Listen,
back to Buffalo Bills, I think Kansas City, they're not the same. You're right about that. But I think they hungry. I think they want to stay up in that run. So I think they're gonna give Buffalo Bills a run. And if I got like as we was talking, if Buffalo lose, that give Miami Dolphins a bigger whoop cushion. That's gonna be it. But I say if the Dolphins play the way they playing, and my Super Bowl prediction, my two teams in the Super Bowl. Uh, I'm gonna say it like this. I know a lot of fans say, "No, that Paris, you know what you're talking about." My two teams in the
they're
Super
right.
Bowl, I think it's gonna be the 49ers and Miami Dolphins, a rematch when it was in the 80s when Dan Marino went up against Joe Montana. It might be a rematch if these two teams continue playing the way they playing. But to answer your question on, you said you think it's going to be um, the Buffalo Bills and the Dallas Cowboys. That's going to give Miami Dolphins a run. My thing was I said it was going to be Baltimore Ravens and the Cowboys. You know, they may have trouble against them, but since that our defense step up, it's like right now, Joe, I'm not even feeling no team right now.
That's a big statement because
Yeah,
you talked about the San Francisco 49ers. And I said this back when the 49ers were on a 3-game losing streak. And we're waiting actually for my cousin Dina Halbuni to come and talk about his 49ers, but I'm not too sure if he's coming, putting his children
yeah,
to sleep. God bless you, beautiful children. I love you. But I want to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. I think the most dangerous football team all
yeah,
out there in the 32 teams of the football league are the San Francisco 49ers.
yes,
They
they
have a
are.
quarterback elite that plays well under pressure. They have an elite defense, and they have a great coach in Brandon Shanahan. I think
Yeah,
if the San Francisco 49ers continue on playing where they are, they will easily go to the Super Bowl. They have the Seahawks, they have the Cardinals, they have the Ravens, they have the Commanders, and they have the Rams in the most toughest game. And it's funny to say this, it is the Rams. The Rams have been playing so good football
yeah,
lately. They have won 3 out of the last 4 games. And this
yeah.
team is back in a playoff spot. They're in the hunt. Rams
They
are a good
know.
football team. Matthew Stafford is playing like Matthew Stafford all over
Yeah,
again from a couple of years ago with Odell Beckham Jr. in that Super Bowl with the Bengals.
yeah.
Rams are good. But the 49ers are
It's a
beyond good. They dismantled the Philadelphia Eagles. They embarrassed the Eagles. They embarrassed the fans in Pennsylvania. You got a fraud team in the Philadelphia Eagles. That's harsh to say. You got a team that is
yeah. I
overrated.
agree.
And I really believe if the 49ers continue on playing how they are, they will easily go to the Super Bowl. They will destroy
Yeah,
teams in the division, but especially in the playoffs. You got Christian McCaffrey
yeah,
going on an unbelievable run, going for multiple MVP. And to see this guy at where he is, and a few years ago in Carolina, the worst team in the National Football League now, going for MVP, it tells you right there, Christian McCaffrey has something to prove in the National Football League. So I got San Fran in that Super Bowl. I just don't have Miami yet, and I got to think of that
yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm telling you
But you got to see
they have.
something though. You got to see something now. 49ers. Okay, they did beat Philadelphia. That make them the tough of the crowd, the cookie, wherever. And Miami Dolphins could have. I'm telling you, Dolphins could have, should have beat Philadelphia, but it was so much of referees bad callings against the
Yeah.
Miami. It was so much in Philadelphia. It get no penalties. But now look, let's go back to the 49ers. Birdie, each and every one of them, they playing good. Shanahan doing good, but guess what? where does Miami Dolphins coach come from? I mean, he came from many teams, but he just came recently from under who? The 49ers offensive
49ers.
coordinator. Yeah. So you got to
Have
think
you
about
noticed San
that.
Francisco coaches? San
Yeah.
Fran coaches and Miami coaches are always successful somehow, no matter where they
Yes,
come from. Have you noticed that recently? Well, look at Robert Saleh. He's a phenomenal coach. He just has a bad team. You know, you get rid of Aaron Rodgers. You know, he tears his Achilles at the beginning of the year, his second snap or first snap.
Yeah.
God knows if A-Rod's going to come back. I believe he'll come back, but who knows? You know, he's on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday, so we don't know. I believe this guy can come back and make it a comeback here. Long Brain TV says Bills and Cowboys in the Super Bowl is crazy and probably never going to happen. First off, the Buffalo Bills have to continue on winning, and it's a must-win for the Bills. And we all know what the Cowboys do when it comes down to the wild card division and championship game. They have a great team, Dallas, and I respect them so much, but I lose so much respect for the owner and general manager upstairs, and I'm not even going to say his name. He has wrecked that team for so long. He has not let anyone take a break. You know, you look at Coach McCarthy, phenomenal coach. But you know who else was a good coach? Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett was a good coach for the Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas had in the 20th century, and I mean, I call it 20th century because in the 2023, I think the Dallas Cowboys would do so much better under Tony Romo's play calls. Dak Prescott is having a good year, but the last 3-4 years, the play calls under Dak Prescott has been hideous and it's been crap. So you got to blame the guy upstairs. Don't blame the head coach all the time. It's the guy upstairs making the moves, you know? It's like doing a construction building. You know, before you do construction, the owner, it's the boss saying, we got to put this unit up. We got to put this unit up. We got to put this drywall up. Well, you got to listen from somebody. You can't just go ahead and take orders yourself. No, you listen from the boss. And sometimes bosses are terrible and they're all good for nothing.
Zach Prescott. The only thing I got with the Dallas Cowboys, and it's like every year, they look good. They get almost close to the milk and honey, to the promised land, and guess what? They fall apart. That's the only thing. And I hate to tell you, that's what's going to happen. I'm saying it out. December 24th, Zach is going to fall under pressure. Dolphins going to get at him. We're going to get at him. I mean, he played once he get in the playoff, he just fall for some reason. He don't keep that same good play. So all these Dallas Cowboy fans be shooting, you know, the Dallas Cowboys, this, that. But the minute the Dallas Cowboys lose, they own fans talk about their team like garbage. It's sad.
You know what, man? I've watched football for many years, and I've watched Dallas for many years. And actually, I used to like Dallas for some sort of time because of Romo. I was a big Romo fan, and I love Romo on CBS. I think he's the best commentator.
Romo, good.
Yeah. He tells it how it is, and he calls the plays before the plays are even snapped. Listen, Dallas will do well in the playoffs, but I don't think they can go to the Super Bowl. They don't have that. They don't have that motivation. They're not like the Miami Dolphins. They want to win. And you know what's funny? They call it America's team. And as my brother says, they're all America's team. Why do they call it America's team? What, because of their Cowboy? You know who's America's team right now? And I say this loud and proudly. It is the Miami Dolphins. After starting their record years ago, 2-10, 3-10, 5-11, 6-11. America's
you better say it, Joe.
Is America's team right now is the Miami Dolphins. And I'm a true Packers fan, but I truly stick to my word. The Miami Dolphins for the next 3-4 years, they will be America's team, and they will have a Super Bowl in the next 3 years, if not this damn year. And I pray they do well in the playoffs.
Yes. But you know what, Joe, man? I take my head off to you. I've been saying this for a mighty long time because every Thanksgiving is always the Dallas Cowboys American team. but nobody done it better than the night. Nobody never broke Don Shula, the Killer Bees, not the Killer Bees at that time, but 1972, a perfect season, a record for years. So you're right, Miami Dolphins should be the what America's team. I mean, I believe that one day, man, we may just catch our own record. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But thank you. Thank you for saying that, acknowledging that. A lot of football teams, they would tell you quick, oh, Dallas Cowboys is the American team. No, I believe it's the Miami Dolphins, 1972. Nobody never broke the record. And I take my hats off to you. Thank you for saying that.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Long Brain TV, no uses because in the 60s, every one Cowboys fans were there. Doesn't matter. There was a lot of Miami Dolphin fans, Dan Marino time. You want to go back years ago. How about when Bart Starr was there, when the Green Bay Packers won multiple Super Bowls with Bart Starr? How about Brett Favre when the Packers were so good? Why don't they call them America's team? Oh, because of the Washington Redskins and Cowboys, that makes them America's team? Get out of there. I'm in the 20th century. I'm not back in the 1960s. Even back in the 60s, Miami Dolphins were a good football team. Enough with this BS. Miami Dolphins are America's football team.
Yes, yes.
I want to get into the NFL picks and predictions, and then I have something else to spiel about because I'm kind of upset with something. So, tomorrow it's Sunday night football, it's Sunday morning football, it's Sunday evening football. You have the Carolina Panthers against the New Orleans Saints Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Fox. Carolina is terrible. Been terrible for years. I got the Saints in this one at least by 10 plus. You got Carolina or New Orleans, Mr. Paris Love?
I got New Orleans. Carolina, no. I got New Orleans by 10. New Orleans, that's who I'm going for. Yeah. That's going to be a fun game to watch, too.
You got the Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I think this is going to go back and forth until at halftime. I think Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions will finally start throwing those balls. And I got Detroit in this one. I think Detroit's a good football team. They're a surprising team. Thanks to Dan Campbell. It will be a good game until halftime, and then Detroit will start just playing good football. I got Detroit winning this one, at least by 2 touchdowns or more.
I got Detroit. I got Detroit 20. I got the Bears 14. So Detroit, I believe Detroit got this one.
Whoever thought the Houston Texans were going to be this good, last week, seconds from Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos for winning their 6th straight game after starting their season 1-5. Denver still has a big potential making the playoffs, but Houston, on the other hand, didn't even have 5 wins last year. And they're going on this march that this team, I think, will make the playoffs. I got the Houston Texans destroying, and I mean destroying the Jets. And it's so sad to see the Jets because they have so much potential on that offense. They have a good defensive coordinator and they have a good head coach. But I got Houston at least by 10 plus, if not, maybe even 14 plus. Houston wins this one. Paris Love?
Yeah, I like when you say Houston. I love when you say that because Houston, Texas is playing hardball, good ball, and New York Jets. I don't know what's going on with them, but as a Miami Dolphin fan, I'm gonna go with Houston. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with Houston because New York Jets. I don't know what's going on with them, but again, you can't underestimate those teams that's losing games like that because they can be a surprise. They trying to take people. These losing teams trying to take out other teams. Prevent them from getting into the playoff. But I do got the Houston Texans because I don't like the Jets. That's just me.
Of course, that's your division, right? And at the beginning of the year, I thought the Jets were going to go all the way, but they lost 0.
But Houston got that. I think, yeah.
You told me, and you said that's.
Yeah.
You said, I hope Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hurt, and you jinked Aaron, you son of a gun. This is a huge playoff game potential.
Yeah.
You got the Indianapolis Colts against the Cincinnati Bengals. What an unbelievable game last Monday night. Cincinnati rallying back to win that game. Plots to them. I really believe this is going to be a tough battle into the end. I can even see overtime between the Indianapolis Colts and Cincinnati Bengals. I got the Bengals winning by 3, 27-24 the final. This is a football game I'm going to watch. I'm looking forward to it because these two teams have potential in the AFC, or especially they have potential in a wild card game. I got Cincinnati winning 27-24. Who do you got?
Yeah. That 1 o'clock game. I mean, I can see that game going back and forward. It's gonna go. It might just go overtime. I got my best on Indianapolis Colts winning by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
see that.
I think it's gonna be a good football game overall.
I
You
see
know,
that happen. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be back and forward. I
it's
got
gonna be back and forth.
Indianapolis Colts.
It could
Yeah,
go. It could go the other way. Just after that bounce back win last week,
yeah,
playing in Jacksonville, Cincinnati goes into Cincinnati. We got to win this game. Let's keep our playoff hopes alive.
yeah.
And talking about a playoff hope alive, you got the Jacksonville
Wow.
Jaguars, right, and the Cleveland Browns. I'm hearing speculation that Joe Flacco is going to start for a second straight game. I don't have a comment on that. The only comment I have is Jacksonville wins this one by 7+. Who do you got?
Wow. I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'm gonna go with the
You're
Browns.
going to go with
I'm going
Cleveland
with Browns.
and Joe Flacco. Yeah?
I'm going with the Browns. I'm going with the Browns. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game, and I see the Browns winning by 3 points.
And I got the Los Angeles Rams upsetting the Baltimore Ravens tomorrow. I really do.
Ooh, that's big.
I do. That is big, and I hope I'm right, because I'll tell you something. I love Matthew Stafford. They mistreated him in Detroit, and I just hope the Rams go in there and get their revenge from a few years ago. I really believe the Rams can do it under one condition: if they can stop Lamar Jackson in that offense. I got the Rams winning by 3+. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm still picking the Rams because that's Joe Booney's mind. And I believe in comebacks, and I believe in miracles, and I believe in luck. And I got the Rams on this one. Who do you got? You probably got Baltimore.
Yeah, man. You should know who I got. I got the Rams. I definitely got the Rams winning that game because Miami Dolphins and then Baltimore Ravens, we got that same record. So I got the Rams pulling ahead by what? A score 3 points. The Rams pulling ahead and pushing Baltimore Ravens to that 9-4.
Interesting. This is a huge game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If they want to stay in that
in the race,
place, the NFC was AFC or NFC? I think
it's
the NFC, right?
NFC, yeah.
AFC. Yeah. If the Buccaneers want to stay in the AFC with Atlanta, Tampa Bay must win tomorrow. But I can't see Baker Mayfield going to Atlanta and win. I got Atlanta winning at least by 10+. Baker's not the answer in Tampa. Baker's not the answer in the NFL. I think Baker should be a backup quarterback. I know his first couple years in Cleveland was good, but I'm sorry, Chris Ritchie. Baker Mayfield, send them back to the minors, maybe in the CFL or even in the XFL. I got Atlanta winning this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay on this one. Yeah, I think Tampa Bay got the edge, and I like their head coach down there. I mean, he's trying, he's doing his best. I think that Tampa Bay is going to pull out. I think this game is going to be the same way. It's going to be a low scoring game, like 14-7 Tampa Bay. That's what I'm going for.
Interesting. And I got Josh Dobbs and the Minnesota Vikings beating the Las Vegas Raiders Sunday at 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. I think Josh Dobbs balances back after a terrible performance a couple weeks ago. I got the Vikings winning by 3+ on this one. I think it'll be a good football game into the fourth quarter until Josh Dobbs and that offense actually can do something. It's so sad to see, an elite quarterback Could be a future Hall of Famer in Kirk Cousins, go down with a torn Achilles. You have so many great quarterbacks, but I got to say one great quarterback is Kirk Cousins. And if Kirk Cousins was still playing in the 2023 season, I think this team would at least be right now 2 games over 500. But I got Minnesota beating the Vegas Raiders tomorrow, Sunday at 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. Who do you
Yeah,
got,
yeah,
Paris?
but you know what? But you know what? I like the Raiders. I'm gonna tell you why I like the Raiders because they gave Miami when they was in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium, they gave Miami Dolphins a super halves going Dolphin team offense. They gave us a run. That defensive coach that they got over there to the Raiders, he's not playing. He's not playing. So it's gonna be a good game. I'm going with the Raiders because of the defense.
A divisional game, a must-win for Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to use one of my cousin's words. They're going to get smacked tomorrow in California. I think this is going to be a total blowout. I see something like 40-17. This is how crazy the 49ers offense is. As much as the Seahawks scored over 30 points against the Dallas Cowboys, I cannot see the Seahawks going into California, Levi Stadium, and beat San Fran. And if you know what, I'll say something. If Seattle beats the 49ers, I will publicly come back on Joe Sports and apologize to every single Seattle Seahawks fan out there. So, my word out there, I'm telling you.
Hey, you know what? Oh my God, Joe. I might have to come back and apologize too because I'm looking at the 49ers. Oh my God. Like 42 points to 17. I mean, they're going to get. I'm going to have to come back and apologize. But right now, I see the Seattle Seahawks, oh my God, getting destroyed. I mean, terminated. They done. It's finished. It's over. I mean, but look though, if they somehow turn the corner and beat the 49ers, I gotta apologize to the I gotta apologize. But no, I think they're gonna get smashed, man. They're gonna get smashed.
Listen, Harris, we'll both make a public apology. I
Yeah.
swear to God, I'll come tomorrow and wear the green that the Seattle Seahawks like to wear. I have a Seattle Seahawks, not like Seattle, but I have a color of the Seattle Seahawks old green uniform. So you never know. You never
You
know,
never
man. You never
know.
know. Right? I've
You
been
never
wrong
know.
before. Uh, this is the game of the week for Sunday. Is the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a must-win for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, if they have any shot of making a wild card, Bills have to win tomorrow. And I really think this is going to be a really tight football game. They got screwed a couple weeks ago against the Eagles with that horse calling out the back. And you probably like that because you're a Dolphins fan. But the fact is, Buffalo did get screwed a couple weeks ago. I got hope. I got an upset. I got the Buffalo Bills winning by 3+. I just don't see the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not the same from last year, from the year before, or from the following years. They'll make the playoffs. They'll win one game. If they go all the way to the Super Bowl, my goodness, then I would be shocked. But I got Buffalo winning this one, 3+, 27-24 the final. I think it's going to come down to the final seconds. They got to have revenge against Kansas City. Josh Allen has to prove to the NFL that this is Josh Allen. This is like an old Ben Roethlisberger, 6'5", 250 pounds. I want the Bills to win this one. But you're going to disagree with me, and you're going to pick the Chiefs, and I know why. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, and you take over the show.
All right. Okay then. When you know what? When I'm driving in my car and I look out the review mirror, and then I see the Buffalo Bills, I see Josh Allen. I look back and say that you know what? Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills is not the same team. Meaning that they had so much chances in the past of winning the big chip. They had, I think they chance and all that stuff, what they did in the past is over with. I think Josh, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best top 5 quarterbacks in the league. He is awesome, awesome arm. He can run the rock. But Buffalo is not the same right now. And then I think Kansas City still have some kind of championship. I mean, even though they don't got Tyree Hill with them and they won the Super Bowl without Tyree, I think Kansas City still got that champion in them, and they don't like Buffalo. I think they're going to beat Buffalo. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be like 28-21 close game. This game here might just go overtime. But I'm picking Kansas City because Kansas City look like they would be the better team, and Buffalo don't got it. And then I don't like Buffalo. So
I'm gonna put this statement out there. If the Buffalo Bills do not win tomorrow at 4:25 p.m. Eastern time, I believe they will not make the playoffs.
Yeah, they won't. I mean, they lose tomorrow. Like I said earlier, that they're gonna have to wait for another team to lose or win for them to at least to get into that spot, get into the wild card, to get into the playoff. But it is major.
No.
It's major for Buffalo to win. But this Kansas City. I know Kansas City still got that. They still got that chip. I don't see them in the Super Bowl this year, but I sure see Kansas City walking out there winning against Buffalo because Buffalo don't got it. They got a good quarterback in Josh, awesome quarterback, but they don't got it.
They don't have a running game. That's the problem. Buffalo does not have a running game.
No, Cook can run the ball. Cook from Buffalo is a good running back. He's a good running back.
Yeah,
Cook in the back, he can run. But it's something about it's something about what it's something going on in Buffalo. I mean, with the coaching, wherever, but Buffalo is not the same. It seems like Buffalo leaning back and Miami is getting stronger. I mean, kind of back, we thought that it was going to be Aaron Rodgers with the New York Jets, Buffalo. Then you got the Dolphins. You see how the whole scenery changed around? Miami Dolphins sitting at the top. And then we got Buffalo, came in and destroyed Miami. I think the third game or something. They destroy us. And after that, they dropped flat. So Kansas City got the edge on this one here.
They do. And I remember it's been a while back now. The Giants should have beat the Bills on the 1-yard line, and he threw the ball. That was a terrible call from the Giants head coach. That was terrible. So they should have lost that game.
Should have lost that game.
You got Russell Wilson against Justin Herbert, and Sunday 4:55 Eastern time. I think Denver bounces back. I think Denver wins this one 3+.
I agree. I'm going with Denver. I think Denver bounced back. Denver started playing good ball after they got smashed so many points. We ain't gonna talk about the past, but Denver Broncos gonna bounce back. Yes, they are.
America's team, like they say. The Philadelphia Eagles are in Dallas, Texas, Sunday, 8:20 p.m. Eastern time on NBC. You got Al Michaels, the best announcer. They'd love to bring him on the Joe Sports Channel. I got some connections to have that guy on the show. But I want to say something. Philadelphia, last week you got smacked. And I think this week you're not going to get smacked, but you're going to get beaten by CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott is playing the best football right now. And if Dallas wants to keep control with the Philadelphia Eagles, this is a must-win for Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Nation, Dallas Cowboy fans, Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones, everybody out there. This is the time to win games, and this is the time to know if you're a real team or if you're one and done. I got CeeDee Lamb, and I got the Dallas Cowboys winning this one tomorrow by 3+. I think it's going to be a really good football game, but this is a revenge from a few weeks ago when Dallas got screwed with a few minutes left on the clock. I
Yes.
hope Dallas wins. I hope Dak wins. And I hope my brother King Ooses rips his jersey and chucks it right in the garbage because Philadelphia Eagle fans, and I say this proudly on Joe Sports Channel, the most selfish fans in the National Football League. Cowboys win this one. Paris Love, who do you got and
Joe,
why?
Joe, you already know. I'm going with Dallas Cowboys, and then I want to see the Philadelphia Eagles get their third strike. You know what I'm saying? Because I I said it a while back, and I'm gonna say it again. I think Philadelphia, the games that they won, I mean, it's too much talk. I think the referees had a whole lot to do with them
Oh yeah.
games. Wherever I think that Philadelphia is a fraud. I don't like Philadelphia, and like you said, they fan base they horrible. Even in the Philadelphia stadium, they even have. I don't know if you know, Joe. They have a jail, a jail in their stadium. That's how bad they fans are. They got a jail cell. When the fans act up, they lock them in. They lock them right there. It's a jail cell. So they
Are you
fans
being
is
is this
horrible.
is this April 1st? Is this April Fool's? Or you're actually being honest and
No,
telling the
no, I'm
truth.
being
I've
honest.
never heard.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Now I know a lot of Miami Dolphins fans went up there says that oh the Eagle fans they was beautiful and all this type of stuff and yeah they were saying that before the game, but after the game they're not going to sell out because they beat Miami. Philadelphia Stadium. I want anybody to look that up. They actually have, I think, a jailhouse instead of stadium. They fans just that horrible, and that team is a fraud. I don't like them. I am going
I
for
mean,
Dallas Cowboys,
wow, America's team, Dallas
America's
Cowboys.
team. I'm
No,
going for the America's team, the so-called American team, not the 1972, but the Cowboys.
oh boy, that ends the NFL Week 14 schedules and picks. We got a few moments left, and Paris, I love your insight. I love your intake. I think we should have you on the Joe Sports Channel a lot more often. But I want to talk about some serious business with
Yeah.
Roger Goodell and the NFL.
Oh
And it
yeah.
makes me so sick in the NFL. They're trying to ban the NFL quarterback sneak. What is going on? Do you have any more insight on what I heard or anything else, Paris?
Nah, yeah. The only insight I got on they trying to ban that quarterback sneak probably came from the Philadelphia Eagles. That's my insight.
Oh, probably.
Because the Philadelphia Eagles always doing it. I mean, they always doing the quarterback sneak and they get away with it. But you know what? But here's the thing though. The quarterback sneak that been in the NFL for years. That's actually a play. Now, for him to ban that, I think it's wrong. I think it's crazy. I think it's ludicrous. I think it's off the wall, off the charts. I don't know what he doing. They should not take that hard. They should not ban the quarterback sneak. That don't make no sense. Like me and you was talking. If they're gonna do that, ban the quarterback from running the rock, running the
Yeah,
ball.
why not?
But you gonna take
Yeah,
away
yeah,
the
yeah.
quarterback sneak? I mean,
Sure.
quarterback sneak, something that been in the NFL for generations. Now you want to come in and do some changes and all that. What he need to do, Roger Goodell, he need to come in and get some real referees that's going to referee these games right. Because we have a lot of NFL teams, not just the Dolphins, getting called on stupid penalties that don't make no sense. Now, if you're going to do that, be hard and strict on the referees instead of taking away the quarterback sneak. What in the world?
It makes me sick. And as I read people more into the comments on Facebook, and Facebook is the more usually you got sometimes left wingers, you got more right wingers. It depends. And some of these comments oh yeah, get rid of it. Or some people just go beyond, like they're pissed off. It's like they're changing the name of the stadium. Imagine somebody changing the name of Hard Rock Stadium. Imagine somebody changing that. This is how
Yeah.
bad it is. For a quarterback sneak, and I actually call it Brady sneak because Brady used to always do that.
Yeah.
4th and 1, 4th and 2, even 4th and 3 sometimes. It's terrible for the NFL to do this. I think
It's
you
horrible.
piss a lot of fans off, and you
Yeah.
might lose viewers. I'm not saying you're losing a lot, but you'll lose a few subscribers, especially in the
Yeah.
Days app.
Yeah.
It's something that Roger Goodell should really think of,
Yeah.
because this is potential. These sneaks can win playoff games, can get into the playoffs.
It can win Super
What
Bowl.
pissed me off was Mitchell Trubisky on Thursday night.
Mhm.
It was 4th and 2, and Mitchell Trubisky threw a shotgun, and you could have had Najee Harris run it. You could have done a sneak, and I bring that up because I am so disappointed in the Pittsburgh Steelers. They should at least have won both of their games against Arizona that are 2-10, and against, my goodness,
Yeah.
and the New England Patriots.
New England Patriots. Yeah.
And now they're in
Yeah.
jeopardy, right?
That's true.
So you lose two 10 teams, and you probably beat the Colts next week because that's what Mike Tomlin does. They're just a funny. They're just a funny team.
Yeah, but you know
Paris,
what, Joe? But you know what, Joe? Real quick, Joe. I won't be surprised, man. You know the players, the NFL players, they have a union. They got a union. I won't be surprised that they are fighting against that ban because and then we go back to the fans. Some fans may be like, yeah, man, that's good. Get rid of it. But if it's their team, their football team, they don't mind doing a quarterback sneak. So, but I'm pretty sure that the union for the NFL players, the union is fighting that because that it just don't make no sense, Joe. Just don't make no sense.
But what makes sense is the Miami Dolphins will beat the Titans. What makes sense is the Miami Dolphins will beat the Jets. What makes sense, the Dolphins will beat the Cowboys. What makes sense, the Dolphins will beat the Ravens. What makes sense, the Buffalo Bills will lose to the Dolphins. There's a lot of good games coming up.
A lot of good games,
you guys go all the way, and we'll have you more often on the show. Seriously, I want to publicly thank you for coming on tonight. And I haven't done a show like this in months, maybe even a year, just one by one, not 3, 4, 5, 6. I love that, Booney, believe me, but I like to have a one-on-one discussion so I can hear what your opinion is coming from a Packers fan, myself, and a Dolphins fan. You nailed it today in the coffin, and I'm going to start sharing the video to all the Booney out there. Put this on the Miami 305 website on Facebook. You nailed it today. You did better than me, and I'll see you, buddy. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And we'll get business done. I hope our predictions are right for tomorrow's night's game.
Things up. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem, buddy. We'll take care.
Take care.
See ya. Paris, come on.
Please.
Folks, I got to say, that was one of my favorite NFL picks, prediction, and discussion with the man himself, Paris Love. I am so thankful. I am so blessed that I have such remarkable supporters and knowledgeable and smart supporters on my show. And to have a guy that nearly is 3.5 months after coming from heart operation on the Joe Sports Channel, I'm going to salute you 3 times like I do each and every week to the Booney Believers. Paris Love, you're not only a great supporter, you are a great friend of mine, a good dear friend of mine, and I look forward to meet you. I was supposed to meet you December 17th, 2023 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time at Hard Rock Stadium against the New York Jets. I was looking forward to see Aaron Rodgers that day. I was going to bring my Packers uniform, but unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. I want to take this moment and speak about someone that I truly love and adore. My beautiful wife, my beloved wife, my girl, my baby girl, حبيبتي لبنى، يا روح قلبي، يا عيوني دخيل قلبك، شو بحبك. I love you so much, honey, and I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you. الله يحميكي، ما رح منك بأي شيء بهالدنيا. You are the most beautiful treasure that I could ever imagine. You make me smile. You make me come on the Joe Sports Channel. And والله العظيم الله سبحانه وتعالى بيعرف أنا قلبي طيب ونظيف وعطاني بنت الحلال مثلك أنت. يا روح قلبي، حبيبة قلبي، حبيبتي لبنى، وحبيبتي لبنى من إسا ولبعدين والحياة بعدين هيك. يسعد صباحك، يسعد مساكي، وبحبك كثير يا روح قلبي. And that was Arabic to my lovely wife. And I'll see you next Saturday, a special edition, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Joe Sports Channel. See you later, guys.